we just clocked out of work. And something I'm thinking about, right, is not becoming what you're always surrounded by, right? There's actually a quote. It says, surround yourself with 5 people, you become the 6, something like that, right? Sometimes our environments, we don't have those people to surround ourselves with. And I'm not saying we don't have those people, but I'm thinking accessibility, right? Though at the moment you just don't have the accessibility because of that aspect of your journey right now. And it just got me thinking on the aspect of like, okay, what do I do from here? Because I'm surrounded by people who probably don't want higher, who are stuck where they're at, fine where they're at, accepted the situation that they're at, and now look above like it's some sort of fantasy, right? That would never happen. And, in that, those type of people, you can start to recognize their mannerism, their mindsets based on the way they speak, the way they move, the way, what they do with their free time, what they talk about, stuff like that. You start to recognize that, and some things it's like, okay, I can't agree or not really associate, but I can't be kind of emotionally bought into this sort of behavior, because once I do, I start to assimilate and conform. And so I think that's also why it's very important to have a strong. There's something else that someone speaks about, right? Pretty sure it's PBD, but it's about having a circle of influence, right? It's not really who you're surrounded by; it's who you're influenced by, right? So therefore, when somebody speaks and tries to give advice to you, it's blah 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 blah. Guaranteed, you can always get something from someone, but blah 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 blah. Because I'm not trying to trade places with you, so I can't take your advice. But on the other hand, right, when this person speaks about something, I listen. I listen because of this, because I do want to trade places with you. Maybe not in life, but maybe in that certain regard or aspect. It is cold. My lips are dumb ashy. Regardless, the point of this was not becoming like them, right? And in these environments, right, when it comes down to like, you're not really surrounded, you really can't, you can't let go of the subconscious steering wheel, because everyone around you isn't who you want to be like. So therefore, you have to keep a mental guard up and keep it tuned to only really be assimilated by your influences that you keep in your mind and things like that. Hope that makes sense.